Hi everyone, welcome to this video lecture. Myself, M. Krishna, working as Assistant Professor in EEE Department, St. Peter's Engineering College. In this video, I am going to explain the working principle and EMF equation of transformer. We know that the transformer, what is the transformer? A transformer is a static piece of apparatus by means of which an electrical power is transferred from one circuit to another circuit without change in frequency. That means there existing mutual induction principle and there is no electrical contact between the two windings. The desired change in voltage or current without any change in frequency available at the secondary circuit of the transformer. As I said, it works on the principle of mutual induction. It states that when the two coils are inductively coupled and if the current in coil change uniformly, then the EMF induced in the other coil. This EMF can drive a current when a closed path is provided to it. Means that when the transformer of the primary winding of the transformer is excited by AC supply, the secondary winding is also mutually connected through a low reluctance path. Hence, the supply will drive one current in the primary winding. As we know, every current carrying conductor having its own flux. That flux is going to be linking with the secondary winding. Hence, we can call them the primary winding and secondary winding. Both are neighboring, kept in nearby each other. Thereby, there is a induction of EMF in the secondary winding based on the principle of mutual induction. There we can say the induced voltage in the secondary winding is mutual induced EMF, and the induced voltage in primary winding due to the flux in the primary winding is self-induced EMF. Then this flux is also alternating quantity as the current and voltage applied is also alternating quantity. So when we see the working principle, look at this. When we see the diagram, so this is the primary winding of the transformer. This is the secondary winding of the transformer. This primary winding is connected to the supply, single phase supply, 220 volt, 50 Hz or 60 Hz single phase supply. Hence, this drives I1 current to the transformer and this winding carries the I1 current. Because of this winding carrying the I1 current, as we know, Faraday's law, Faraday's first law, whenever a conductor placed in a magnetic field, an EMF induced in the conductor. Based on that principle, when this conductor carries the current, this conductor is having the flux. These are the flux lines produced by the primary winding after carrying the I1 current. This flux is also linking with the secondary winding of the transformer. Look at this way. And the direction of the flux generated in the transformer is based on the Fleming's thumb rule. So when you use the right hand and keeping four fingers folded and keeping one thumb, thumb decides the direction of current. Based on that, the four fingers whatever we fold will indicate the magnetic field direction. Due to that common flux between the both primary winding and secondary winding, here one voltage is going to be induced in the primary winding, that what we call self-induced EMF. And this, when we see this, the flux produced by the primary winding is caused to produce the voltage in the secondary winding, that what we call the mutual induction principle. Because of that, there is a induced EMF in the secondary winding. Based on the number of turns, it is going to be decided the value. And here you can see, there we are connecting one load to the secondary winding. If there is no load connected between the secondary winding, then we can say here we can say open circuited, then there is no secondary current flowing through the winding. At that time we can say only individual voltages are there. After that we are connecting one load. Load may be resistive load, inductive load or capacitive load. Whatever may be the load type, but this secondary circuit is closed through some load, which is helping to create a closed path to flow the current in the secondary winding. Now this secondary winding carries the current. Because of this secondary winding current, we can say that now the current is there in the secondary winding. Then as we know, every current carrying conductor having its own flux. So apart from the flux produced by the primary winding due to I1, now some other flux is going to be produced in the secondary winding because of I2 current flowing. This current and flux having the same, following the same right hand thumb rule and having the directions. And now what happened? The flux produced by the I2 current is also linking with the primary winding. And in the same manner, the primary flux means flux produced by the primary winding. The flux produced by the secondary winding will be linked with both the windings. So based on that, if the secondary winding flux linking with the primary winding and inducing the voltage, means that is induced EMF, mutual induced EMF in the primary winding. And flux produced by the secondary winding inducing one induced EMF in the secondary winding itself is called self-induced EMF. Like this, the process is going on. Like with that, we can say the number of turns or the voltage per turn is always equal in the transformer. We can say the transformer is a constant magnetic flux device, because the flux generated by secondary winding is going to be generating one more induced EMF in the primary winding, and that induced EMF is going to be cancelling the induced EMF produced by the primary winding. Like that, the fluxes are going to be cancelled out, both producing by the I1 and I2 later on. The only one flux is helping the transformer to operate, and it produces the induced EMF in the secondary winding. See, when we see the EMF equation of transformer after the mutual induction principle workout, we can see that there is one flux signal. It is alternate quantity and having the positive half cycle, negative half cycle. We can say this period is 180 degrees and this period is 180 degrees. Totally 360 degrees of operation for one cycle. You can say this is a total time period of the cycle, and there is a relation between time period and frequency. Both are inversely proportional to each other. T is inversely proportional to frequency. So as we know from the transformer construction, the number of turns, N1 is the number of turns of primary winding, N2 is the number of turns of secondary winding. And we can see the maximum flux here. The maximum flux that we are going to getting at the 1/4 time period of the total time period. This point is 1/4 point. This is 1/2. This is 3/4. This is total point, total time period value. So at 1/4 of the time period, we are getting the maximum flux. I am considering this point to get the EMF equation of transformer. Then as we know, the Faraday's second law. Faraday's first law says that whenever conductor placed in a alternating flux and EMF induced in the conductors, the magnitude of induced EMF in that conductor will be depends on the rate of change of flux linkages. That what we say is E is directly proportional to d phi upon dt. That what we written here. Average rate of change of flux is equal to d phi by dt, which is equal to induced EMF in the conductor. So d phi by dt, when we consider the 1/4 time period of the total time period, we are going to take the values like this. This is the maximum value, higher point. This is the lower point. So d phi by dt I am going to calculate here like this. Phi m minus 0 upon t by 4 minus 0. Time period is, maximum time period is 1/4 and minimum time period is 0. And maximum magnitude is phi m, minimum magnitude is 0. Like that I calculated. As we know, t equal to 1 by f. From that we are getting 4f phi m. The units for this one is Weber per second. So there is a flux units are Weber and time period units are second. So here the form factor placing vital role in calculation of EMF equation of transformer. See that up to now we got the average induced voltage per turn, that is 4 f phi m in volt. See in the what we call if flux phi varies sinusoidally, then RMS value of induced EMF is obtained by multiplying average value with the help of form factor. Form factor basically defined as the ratio of RMS value to the average value. That value is almost equal to, when we derive the equation for form factor for the sinusoidal waveform, we are getting 1.11. So from that we can write RMS value of EMF per turn is equal to the 1.11 into average value of the signal. Then that is 4f phi m. With this these two are product, then we will get 4.444 phi f in volt. So this the value per turn. There are two windings that we have for the transformer. We can calculate these two values for both transformers individually. Like this is induced EMF per turn into number of per turns, means primary turns. When we using this equation like this, there's number of turns and number of these turns are going to be get cancelled. Thereby we are getting induced EMF. Like that, when we using the equation E1 is equal to 4.44 f phi m. Initially we got it. Then this number of turns are going to be multiplied after bringing that to the right side. It is for primary winding. We can write this equation using Bm also. When we replace it phi m with Bm and A, where Bm is flux density and A is area of cross section. So when we use this one also, we can get 4.44 f N1 is the number of turns of primary winding, Bm and A. Similarly, you can get the value for induced EMF in secondary voltage also using the same manner. That is E2 is equal to 4.44 phi N2 phi m. When we replace that phi m with Bm into A, we will get 4.44 phi N2 Bm A. Thank you for watching this.